Welcome back, Love Tribe. So, what a crazy weekend. I went all the way to Michigan, which was supposed to be like a 5 hour drive, ended up being almost seven because of all of the road work and traffic. And so I am finally back. I'm going to do a pick a pile reading today on kind of like your spiritual guidance, I guess, from spirit. I bought a new deck while I was at the fair. It's called The Keys to the Universe cards by Diane Cooper and Kathy Croswell. We're going to implement them into today's reading, and it is a pick a pile reading. I didn't really give it a title. It's more or less just spiritual guidance for where you are currently and maybe things you need to release or work on, or maybe it'll be a great big rah-rah, depending on your pile. So I'm going to bring you down so you don't have to look at me. It is like 90 degrees and 100% humidity. So I'm melting. So I'm going to bring you down, let you look at your piles. Okay, we have pile number one. I don't know if you can see it. See the little alien inside? So this is made from epoxy, and it has a little alien inside of it that is an exact replica of some artifacts that were found in Mexico. And I think it was, I don't remember now. I don't want to get it wrong, but we had a vendor next to us that had all these artifacts. Oh my God, I got to hold them. It was crazy. They were all, they had aliens on them and portals and light language. And they were all found, underground in the dirt around the pyramids. So I was gifted one of these little guys. I haven't really given him a name yet. And I was also gifted this Bumblebee Jasper for pile number two. And I have a piece of Larimar quartz. All right. So take a moment and choose your pile. And we're going to crack it open. Okay. So as far as any kind of announcements, I just want to remind everybody that if you are a member of Patreon already, you are entered into the end of the month's bi-monthly gratitude drawing, where I am giving away 2 pocket edition decks of cards, a journal, and an Andara crystal, monatomic Andara crystal. So check that out. It's over on my community tab. If you would like to be entered into the drawing, then all you have to do is order your own personal reading, donate any amount, a cup of coffee. There's a donation button for Good Karma Exchange down below the videos if you like my content. If you're new to the channel, make sure if you enjoy the content that you hit that subscribe button. I want to say hello to some of the new people that I met this weekend that have subscribed. And anything else I need? I wanted to go live for that blue moon, and I just couldn't do it, guys. I wouldn't have been able to burn anything in the hotel where I was staying. And I just didn't have time. So we will go live for the next moon lunation, which is going to be on the 6th of September. Okay, so look for that. And if you guys would like to purchase your own private reading, everything you need is linked in the description box below. If you haven't already subscribed to my second channel, there's a link for that. And I do believe in the next couple of days here, I'm going to start uploading again to that one. The Zodiacs have been now cut down to once a month. Those will be available on the 1st of the month, so I'll be recording them soon. And I think that's really all I have as far as announcements, except for that I love you and I've missed you guys. So let's get started. All right, pile number 1. If you pick this cool little alien, this is your pile. Let's take a look at what Spirit wants you to know on your journey right now. I'm going to get the cards out and then we're just going to unpack them together. I really do need to clean my table off so I got some more space. Ooh. All right, now let's see. We're just going to go through all these together. So your first card in the tarot is the Page of Pentacles. It says studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Needing a little push to get going. And I do see that here with re-energize and surrender procrastination. So we'll talk more about that in just a minute. Next up, you have the Tower, life experience. Let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. I chose this deck intentionally because they're gentle. And we are looking for spiritual guidance from your team. So the next one is Queen of Winter. Strong, patient, self-sufficient, and funny. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individual. Queen of Swords. Then we have the Thank Fool, the Fool's Wisdom, be grateful. Again, we have the Re-energize, surrender, procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Then from the Light Seers deck, this is the Starseed Oracle. It says a star family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in your support. And I'm going to leave these 3 here for advice toward the end. And we have Dark Woman, dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So that may resonate with some of you. It may not resonate with all of you. As always, in a general reading, make sure you take what is yours and leave what is not for people who do need it. Especially in a pickle pile reading, because there's always something for everyone. So another thing I'm getting from this Dark Woman too is I'm feeling a little bit of disappointment or anger, resentment from this pile. So either you're dealing with somebody like that, or something has happened with this Tower moment that has left you feeling a little bit cold, resentful. There could be an energy of feeling thwarted. For some of you, I feel it's a time thing, like things are just taking too long. Complacency. Pardon me, guys. So I definitely feel like there are some gifts, spiritual gifts, that this pile has. And it could be through communication, through your throat chakra. But I'm mostly feeling stagnation. I'm feeling like, on my own personal journey, there have been really, really, really big, big, big times of spiritual growth and purging, and that energy of life became a roller coaster ride. Everything was a trigger. You were getting downloads. It was just very heavy ascension energy. I'm almost getting here that you've learned so much through those moments, through those times. Okay, so you guys will have to let me know if this resonates, because it's really not what it's saying, but it's the feeling I'm getting. It's almost like this group, you guys are a bit of overachievers with that Page of Pentacles. Like, when you received the awakening, when you received your calling, you really rolled up your sleeves, dug in your heels, you went really deep, and you embraced your awakening. And it's almost like I can hear you saying, well, what's next? It's like you've gotten to a place where you're not triggered as often. You've cleared so much of that dark energy around you. And you've done such a wonderful job. Spirit's saying to be thankful. Call in your support team. There's a literal sense to this pile. And then there's a message I'm getting that's not literal. So I'm going to tell you about both. So for one side of this group, I'm seeing the awakening. I'm seeing that transformation. I'm seeing that, friends, you've lost or cut people out of your life. You've realized that in order to be on this journey, your energy was really raw, is what I'm feeling. And a lot of shadow work came up for you. I'm seeing this dark woman. I'm feeling like the dark is everything that's down deep. And I do feel a lot of feminine energy around this pile. Not saying you have to be a feminine avatar, but I do feel like this is the feminine aspect of your personality. So on the awakening journey, first we become the initiate, right? It's when we get activated. That's all I can describe it, at least in my journey. It was an activation. It was like I went from being this really normal, asleep, unconscious individual living my life through all of my traumas. And then I had what can only be described as an awakening. It was like a onion being peeled, right? Layer after layers coming off of me. It started with the numbers and synchronicities like the 1111 and YouTube videos that were directed at me by spirit that I did not show an interest in. So it couldn't have been the algorithms. And my entire life changed. And it was like a roller coaster ride. This tower cart keeps staring at me. It was literally like a tower moment. I went through that dark night of the soul. I had lost my mom and my sister. I was kind of wallowing in my pain. This feels like that to me. And for some of you, it feels like this may be what you're currently going through. But that's a small percentage, is what I feel. The other story that I'm getting from this is those overachievers, those type A personalities. It's like, okay, I know this is a spiritual ascension. I've done my research. Spirit has shown me so many things. I know what I'm going through, and I know why I'm going through it. And so it's like when you became this initiate, you immediately started embracing the journey. Tower moments can be literal things destroyed in your life that you built that were not of value to you. You know, they kept you in a lower vibration, or they just didn't serve your highest needs. Or it can also be epiphanies. And I feel like for this pile, it's both. And then we've got this Queen of Winter. This is where I experienced on my own personal journey kind of a glow up to the point where I started seeing my own value. I started seeing my own worth. I wasn't quite at the Empress, not even sure sometimes if I'm at the Empress. I have moments, right, where I'm sitting in that energy, but for me it's I'm still at the student teacher level. So the way I see it is you become the initiate, then the student adept, then the student teacher, then the master teacher, and and eventually, you know, once we no longer need our avatars or want them, we get to ascension complete, where we no longer want an earthly experience or a body. But I feel like this pile here has reached to the adept, where you're practicing everything that you've learned. But I think what's happened is you've cut people out of your life that you knew were not good for you. They were low vibrational. They were keeping you stuck. They were probably stealing some of your light from you, because you are obviously a light worker. I just feel for the majority of you, you've gotten through a lot of your awakening, and it's like you're sitting around wondering, am I done? Is it over? Things have kind of, like, the magical carpet ride part of your journey has settled down. You're not having as many purges. You're not getting as you're I'm hearing that you're kind of at a stage where it's time to step into your mission. Be grateful for the radical change that you've gone through. Take some time to re-energize if you need to, but I feel like it's where you've been. Like, you've been re-energizing. You've been resting and being held by spirit. And that's a good thing, is what, because I'm seeing this procrastination, needing a little push to get going, re-energizing. I feel like that's you, not spirit. I feel like you're wanting a push. You're like, okay. So it was this really, really intense awakening, intense downloads, intense change, intense messages, intense guidance. And now the intensity has really backed off of you. And it's like you're asking spirit, okay, I'm just sitting around. I'm not doing anything. I'm not getting that new job. I'm not being shown my next venture. I don't know I'm hearing, where do I go from here? And I almost feel like spirit's saying, take time to be grateful. Like I've been channeling for a lot of us to be journaling. I feel like for you right now, you need to be taking a moment to be grateful for how far you've come, to rest and be held and re-energize yourself, because the next part of your journey, when these tower moments start hitting again, and they will, because we're jumping timelines like crazy right now. And so I feel like spirit's saying, you're a bit of an overachiever. And so they want you to rest and re-energize and look at how far you've come, right? I'm seeing this staircase here. It's like you've been ascending, you've been climbing the staircase toward the light. And I feel like you think you're procrastinating, you're feeling lazy, you're feeling a bit stagnant. But spirit wants you to get in that energy of 0 point energy, right? Allow yourself to just kind of sit in that pure potential. Because here we have childlike wonder. It says, it is often said that comparison is the thief of joy, which can be true. But perhaps what robs us even more of pure, unabounded joy is familiarity. How beautiful, how wondrous is the world when we see things for the first time, when we look at things through the wonder and awe of a child's eyes. We notice all the miraculous things we so often take for granted. When we look, not just with our eyes, but with our hearts, suddenly the air becomes crisper, the leaves become greener, the ocean becomes deeper, and life becomes fuller. And this falls right underneath this thankful, which is a number 8, and 8 is the infinity, right? It's the energy you put out is the energy you receive. And I'm not sure why, but the energy I'm getting from this is that spirit wants you. So you went through this huge change. I see that. I see that through this change, it was not easy, but it's almost like you rolled up your sleeves and dove in head first. And now you're at this place of, you've jumped a timeline. You have absolutely ascended to a higher timeline. And so spirit's wanting you to acclimate yourself, to just take a moment and start noticing the changes. Sitting in the energy of the new. To not be viewing your current timeline from your old eyes, but to see it with the eyes of a child, with wonder and awe, because you have leveled up. And all the tethers that were holding you in those lower timelines, you worked hard and released. You did the work. And so they want you to just kind of, like if you're getting off of a ship, let's say you left a cold environment and you climbed aboard a ship and headed for Hawaiian Isles or someplace really warm and nice climate. And you get to your destination and you want to get off that boat and just start running. And spirit's kind of wanting you to take a moment to look around you at all that you have accomplished and where you have landed, and take in the beauty, take in the flowers, take in the brighter sun, the greener trees, the higher vibration. It's like your world has changed, and they want you to notice, and they want you to be grateful, and they want you to take a moment to get your land legs, because it feels like you think you're stuck. You think that you've stopped growing, and that somehow, some way, you're impatient and feeling like you're going to be left behind or something, and it's not true. Your next part of your journey is going to be mission work. And so it's time for you to kind of play around with some of your newfound gifts. And if you don't know what those gifts are, then you should be journaling, because you will notice that you're feeling things, and those feelings are very, very accurate. Or maybe you're hearing things in your mind or thinking thoughts. Because for me, clairaudience isn't an actual voice in my ear, but it's a voice in my head. And I'm seeing these gifts here laying on the ground around this fool. And this deck is all about the fool's journey, right? And so this fool, you, on your fool's journey, has now reached a place where you have been given gifts. And it's time for you to take time, just like a little kid would on Christmas morning, to unpack those gifts. And it's time now where Spirit is going to be bringing people into your life, your tribe, your soul team, other light workers that are on or part of your mission. So I feel like your next big thing is going to be mission. But I think you're being asked to rest and to work on the now moment. So how do you feel? What does your world look like today versus what it looked like a year ago or 2 years ago? What have you learned? Who got to stay in your life and who was removed from your life, maybe by Spirit or by you? Are you still at the same job? Are you feeling antsy and wanting to start something new? So this card is the new deck here. It's called the Keys of the Universe. It's all about ascension. And I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I'm going to hold it up. The Maors. When Atlantis fell, High Priestess Hera took her tribe to the New Zealand, and they became Maoris, mystics and shamans, practicing soul retrieval and working with the higher selves of power animals. Hera understands the universe's secrets and unlocks the doors when people are ready, helping them develop intuition and connect with the gifts and powers of the universe. Understanding fertility and abundance, she will enable us to feed people in a way that nurtures the earth and honors the animals. She overlights all women, helping them link into the right soul to birth and expand their right brain to remember the ancients' wisdom. The guidance on this card says, clap rhythmically, surround yourself with mid-blue light, then evoke Hera to unlock the door to a sacred truth. Action is explore your family, culture, or the universe. The key is develop intuition and attune to the sacred mysteries of the universe. I want to read this next card before I explain what I'm getting from this. So the next card says Realm Bridger. As you raise your vibration and explore different states of consciousness, you may experience phenomena you believed only happened in fantasy stories. Through meditation and journeying, we invite a greater awareness of subtle realities. These realms can be amazing places to bring through pioneering ideas and creativity. This card is about bridging the seen and the unseen. Just as waters change from solid to gas to liquid, we catch the intangible in other forms. Metaphors, codes, or even maths can form the path of the visionary. From the mind and the heart, visions can merge into matter. Dream outside the box. It's time to create the foundations of our realities in a fresh, new way. So, again, I'm feeling here like you guys are about to embark on your new journey. You're about to step into mission. You're about to attract your soul team, and your gifts are just coming online. You need to, I feel like Spirit's calling you as a realm bridger, and with this energy here, deep intuition, attuning to the sacred mysteries. So Hera, I feel, is about to bestow upon you your new gifts. And when I say new gifts, I want to say they're new to this lifetime, but they are not new to you. It is an awakening. You are not being taught like you thought you were with this Page of Pentacles. And that's not Pentacles, Tracie. So I just heard that's Wands. So I apologize, guys. I'm grateful for my clairaudience because sometimes I get corrected. So I stand corrected. The Princess of Autumn. Autumn to me felt like Earth, but it's not. Spirit's saying it's Wands. And so, but there's a reason why I thought it was Earth, because it's all about your new you, the new way that you're stepping and walking on this earth. You're going to be a teacher is what I'm hearing. I'm just going to like sum this crap up because I'm telling you, I could talk all day long when I'm channeling, but it just feels to me like a bit of impatience. Like you're expecting more of these really, really heavy transformative energies that was like a magic carpet ride, right? I feel like you're kind of missing it. Like you're like, oh my God, I learned so much and my life changed so much. And what do I do now? What do I do now? Everything's kind of slowed down. And I'm feeling stagnant. I'm feeling like I can't figure out what Spirit wants from me, and what do I do with what I've learned, and how do I implement it into my life, and where do I go from here? I keep hearing, where do I go from here? So Spirit is saying, take time to re-energize and play around with the new energies. Journal. Watch some videos on how to use divination tools, how to read tarot, how to use pendulums, how to use dowsing rods, it's gifts that I believe you already have, but you are being reintroduced to them. And Spirit wants you to be like a child, curious, and to play with the new energies, and to absolutely give yourself time for your spirit, your tribe, your family to find you. Join some new groups. Start some new discussions. Realm Bridger. You're like me, I think. You're going to be able to be the straw that brings the milkshake to the yard, right? High Priestess Hera took her tribe to New Zealand. And it's funny how I talked about getting on a boat, right? They became the mystics and the shamans, practicing soul retrieval and working with the higher selves of power animals, calling in. Now, it doesn't have to be power animals. If that resonates with you, take it. But if for some of you, I kind of feel, and there is a dog with the Fool, right? But it doesn't matter whether it's animals or human beings. I feel like you are going to meet your tribe. It's time for you to start joining new groups, learning new playing with your newly awakened gifts. Explore your family and culture on the universe. I do believe you guys have a tribe. And I do believe somehow, some way, through meditation and quiet, re-energizing yourself is how you're going to get these next orders, is what I feel. And it could come through a dark woman. This keeps looking at me. There could be somebody coming into your life with a darker complexion, darker hair, who is going to help you step into this new mission work. So, yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there. So I guess the guidance from this pile is the worst of the tower moments, I believe, are behind you now. And sometimes I know even for me that those tower moments became a little bit addictive because it was so outside of my comfort zone. It really did make me feel powerful. Like I was on the right track. I was doing the right things and my life was just peeling onion, like an onion, layer after layer after layer of all the brokenness, all the shadows, right? And I do feel like you guys have done so much work and you're at this other side here where Spirit's telling you, re-energize, get your stamina back because your next step is coming, and it's coming in through groups, through soul families, through tribe, and through newly found gifts. And so try some, experiment, because I'm seeing experience, and here we're talking about helping people attune to the powers of of nature and earth and the higher self, universe's secrets, unlocking doors, right? Bridging realms. I do believe you guys just recently jumped timelines. And Spirit's wanting you to take a look around you and notice the subtle realm, the difference. You might be in the same house, in the same neighborhood, in the same job, but things are not the same. Things have changed. Things are brighter. Things are more magical. And they want you to notice. And I'm hearing journal, 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 journal. See the world around you with the new eyes instead of the eyes of your past self. Okay, so that's your guidance, guys. I hope this resonated. I could sit in these energies probably and channel all day long. But you'd get tired of listening probably, and I don't have all day long. So up next, now we're going to move on to pile number 2s. I love pile number 1. If you guys would like to book your own private reading, please click the link in the description box. And if you haven't already joined Patreon for $4.44 a month, you will get extendeds for all of the zodiacs on the first of the month, and you'll get usually 1 to 2 bonus readings a week. And if you're in the 1111 or 2222, I'm teaching a tarot class, how to read tarot like TR. After I'm done with that, I'm going to implement maybe a Reiki class. These are all included in your membership price. There will not be any fees for these classes. And as a Patreon member at the 1111 tier or the 2222 tier, you get $40 off an hour reading instead of $100. It's $60 for Patreon. It's my way of kind of giving back to you guys. Okay. So go check that out. And I'm going to write down, it's 4045. We're going to go on to pile number 2, bringing you back down. So pile number 2 was the Bumblebee Jasper. I just love this. And look at this one is like flat on one side, so it sits almost perfectly without rolling. All right, what is your tarot? Let me move these up and out of the way. We're going to get all the cards on the table and then unpack them together. So your first card is the Four of Wands. Woo woo. With the King of Winter, King of Swords, and the Chariot. Wow. Your Fool's Journey card is the Art Fool. Fool's wisdom is to be creative. We have Gentleness. It's funny, I felt a lot of feminine energy on the last pile, and this one feels more like masculine energy. Surrender to setting limits, which comes right underneath that King of Swords. We have Dance with Life. Seahorse, Family Matters. We have Feel. Your keys to the universe is the Incas. And we have third eye chakra, pineal perspective. So give me just a moment to kind of sit in these energies. So with the Four of Wands, we have I'm telling you. So I'm going to read these cards intuitively because apparently I don't know the suits in these cards. It says, manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out those who are less fortunate. So that would be Pentacles. See, I'm getting confused, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because this deck is more of an oracle deck than it is a tarot deck. But in pile 1, I was floundering between Wands and Pentacles. And I don't believe in mistakes, so I probably needed the energy of both. So Four of Autumn. This is being closed off. It can be money, because we do have surrender to setting limits. It could be about money for some of you. We do have Seahorse with Family Matters. So for some of you, I feel like if you've been struggling financially, I'm kind of getting this feeling like maybe you were in a job that Spirit's been guiding you to move out of with the Chariot card. So success that comes from dedication and self-discipline. And the King of Swords is like the epitome of self-discipline. Celebrating your accomplishments and being in the spotlight. So if you've been working a conventional job, like at a factory or in an industry, maybe the whole pandemic changed things for you. You could have got laid off. Your position could have been let go of. You might have been living off of your savings. If that's the case, because I'm getting more than one story here, for those of you who have been struggling a little bit with finances, I'm not seeing a lot. Pardon me. Had to get a drink. If it's finances, hold on just a second. I want to read these. So feel, the range of our emotions is meant to be experienced fully, beautifully, and wholly. Yet we're taught to suppress that less petty emotions for fear that they keep at bay the more desirable ones. The ones that are more pleasant to feel, but to numb one end of this spectrum is to numb the full breadth of our human experience. Allow yourself to feel it all. Depth in the sorrow, heat in the anger, stuck in the impatience, radiance in the joy, lusciousness in the pleasure, and if it is any comfort, you can always remember to turn the dial up on some. It is to turn the dial. Okay, you can always remember to turn the dial up on some is to turn the dial up on all. Dance with life. Connect with your third eye and transcend what you understand with your mind. King of Swords. Discover a deeper inner knowing through the interconnected web of all this is and has been. You can tune into this wisdom at will, as when you wish to. As and when you wish to. This wisdom is ancient yet pioneering. It is the creator of the free will we choose to weave from moment to moment. Be the observant witness. Allow the transcendence of duality without judgment. Be mindful, listen, and allow your unfurling intuition to unravel the paradoxes of reality. Then we have the Incas, the tribe of the high priestess or the high priest. See, again, masculine energy. Doesn't matter what your avatar is. We're talking here in this particular pile, we are looking at your masculine energy. The tribe of the high priest of Atlantis, Thoth, originated from Venus. When that civilization fell, he led them to Peru, where they became the Incas. They practiced telepathy, see, and you've got this third eye, levitation, energy healing, and oneness. Their gold work held healing power, love, and wisdom. Thoth taught that there is a correspondence between every single thing in the universe. Duality. See, I'm getting a message, guys. Hold on. There is a correspondence between every single thing in the universe. And when each is in harmony, the universe is in harmony. They understood the healing power of herbs, how to retune yourself to your original blueprint, and bring your chakras into alignment. They could create total health by visualizing it. Surround yourself with golden light and listen to music to bring yourself into harmony. And you do have creative. The action is whoop with joy from your heart and visualize yourself in total vibrational health. And the key is understand the use of energy to bring everything into harmony, alignment, and wholeness. All right, so this is what I'm getting for my pile number 2s. Your masculine energy is asking to be balanced with the feminine. It feels to me like this pile here is a pile of doers, rational thinkers, possibly people in this group have experienced trauma, severe trauma, that has had you close your heart chakra down. And it could be in family matters, could be in the father aspect. You may have had a harsh father, or at least a very cold, I'm feeling smart, in intellect, like you were raised possibly to be rational, to not allow yourself to really express yourself through your feminine aspect. So creativity is feminine energy. Gentleness is feminine energy. And this merman is telling you that it's okay for you to express gentle energy. You don't have to be closed off. You don't have to be afraid to express your emotions, your feelings. Big boys do cry. I feel like you are a little hardened on the outside, but ooey gooey chewy on the inside. I feel like there's some healing that needs to be done around masculine energy. I feel like you have always been the doer, the one that gets it done, the one that really took on the patriarch energy, whether you're a feminine, whether you have a female body or a masculine. This is somebody who I feel doesn't feel comfortable asking for help. Somebody who doesn't always trust asking for help. Maybe in the past you've opened up to that side of you that is more feminine, more soft and gentle and creative, and maybe and feel, right? We've got this feel, emotions. My pile number 2s, I feel like you guys might be the pile that closed off your emotional body. And it's creating some imbalances in your health, maybe. So if you've been experiencing health issues, high blood pressure, heart problems, problems with your joints, your knees, your back especially, these are all dis-eases that are manifested in the body through the feeling of being unsupported, having to do everything for yourself, not being able to rely on anybody else to support you but you. And I believe at a young age, you closed off your heart chakra. You set these limits. You put up some boundaries around you. And that's healthy. Spirit's saying that's healthy. It's okay to have boundaries, but they can't be walls. I feel like some of you in this pile have built walls around your heart. And walls are very protective. You accomplished what you set out to accomplish, to protect yourself from getting your feelings hurt, possibly in the family dynamic. But there can be a balance between healthy boundaries, knowing who shouldn't be allowed in, who would cause damage, versus who wouldn't. And so there's a softening here that Spirit's asking you to embrace, to allow yourself to embrace some of that feminine energy of creativity, music, art, dancing, singing, woodworking, creating things, right? I feel like Spirit's warning you that you're manifesting some discomfort in your body through rigid belief systems that you don't need anybody, that you can do it with, without, or in spite of anybody else. And I think it's a learned behavior. I think when you cried or expressed emotion or allowed people to come into your heart space, I think you might have experienced some real deep heartbreak. People that didn't respect the ooey gooey softer side of you and took advantage of you and created harm instead of love. And I believe on your journey, spiritual journey, Spirit is trying to teach you that it's okay to be masculine and strong. And remember, it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. I got a divorce and I had to become both. I had to embrace my masculine energy and my feminine. I mean, if something breaks, I have to fix it. Nobody else is going to fix anything for me, including, like, I just had to work out of town for a whole weekend, and every penny I made, I had to spend on school clothes and school supplies for my son, which when I was married was a shared responsibility. And so it doesn't matter what your physical avatar is. I believe that pile number 2, you guys have been sitting for a while now in this King of Swords energy of not allowing your emotions to help you make your decisions. You somehow felt that if you allowed your heart to have a say in how you created your external environment, it somehow made you vulnerable for pain and heartbreak. And so I believe pile number 2 Spirit is asking you to embrace a newfound awareness that you can be smart and kind. You can be gentle and tough. You can be loving and stern. You can be discerning and balanced within yourself. I want to read this key again. The Incas, the tribe of the high priest of Atlantis, and I'm seeing this merman here. The high priest of Atlantis, Thoth, originated from Venus. That's feminine energy. When that civilization fell, he led them to Peru, where they became the Incas. They practiced telepathy, levitation, energy healing, and oneness. Their gold work held healing power, love, and wisdom. Thoth taught that there is a correspondence between every single thing in the universe. And when each is in harmony, the universe is in harmony. They understood the healing power of herbs, how to retune yourself to your original blueprint, and bring your chakras into alignment. They could create total health by visualizing it. The guidance is surround yourself with the golden light. Listen to music to bring yourself into harmony. Whoop with joy from your heart is your action, and visualize yourself in total vibrant health. The key is to understand the use of energy to bring everything into harmony, alignment, and wholeness. Remember, it's the yoni, right? It is, got to find my little diagram. It is this Vesica Pisces, right? Divine masculine, divine feminine, and the complete balance state of the yoni which is where this is like where masculine and feminine come together to create. And so on your journey, you have been pretty much in your masculine energy, and probably due to family issues, maybe your childhood. And so I feel like you are so wise, so smart. I believe that your intuition is on point. But in order to move forward with this chariot, see, the chariot needs balance. The charioteer has to get the masculine and feminine of them within them in perfect harmony to move forward. And that's what Spirit is channeling for you today. Do something to change your energy, soften yourself into a more gentle energy. Embrace your femininity, your expression of love, pain. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have compassion. It's okay to allow your heart chakra to open and to heal. It's okay to be creative. It's okay to let people in now that you have a newfound discernment with the third eye chakra. Spirit saying, use what we've taught you to feel again. I feel like you guys have shut down your emotional body. And Spirit says the range of our emotions is meant to be experienced fully, beautifully, and wholly. Yet we are taught to suppress, and I do believe you were, by masculine energy. Yet we are taught to suppress the less pretty emotions, feminine, right? For fear that they keep at bay the more desirable ones, the ones that are more pleasant to feel. But to numb one end of this spectrum is to numb the full breadth of our human experience. You're not experiencing a fullness in your life because you're only experiencing one part of the duality. As humans, we incarnated to experience duality, the good and the bad, the soft and the hard, the loving and the cold, the up, the down, the in, the out, right? So to numb the full breadth of your human experience stagnates and suppresses you. This card says, allow yourself to feel it all. Depth in your sorrow, heat in your anger, stuck in the impatience, radiance in the joy, lusciousness in the pleasures. And if it's any comfort, you can always remember to turn the dial up on some. And when you do, it's like turning the dial up on all. You're limiting your experience through fear of being hurt. And I think that there was a time for that. There was a season for that. And you put up some walls around you. And Spirit's saying, because of that, I believe some of you may have even manifested some of those more masculine diseases in your body, right? Heart disease, high blood pressure, joint disease, back issues, knee issues, right? Feet. The places where you have had to have sturgeon energy, fixed energy, to have a strong back, right? To have strong knees, strong feet. You have overexerted, you have placed more energy in the strength of will than you have the gentleness of will. And you're being asked by Spirit to bring yourself back into a more balanced, harmonious state with your divine feminine energy. Take an art class, learn to play a musical instrument, sing, dance, create. Tap into because intuition is a feminine attribute. The feminine attributes are the upper chakras. It is the crown chakra, the third eye, the throat chakra, and the heart chakra. The high heart, because we have two hearts. One is the etheric and one is the physical. The masculine rules the root chakra, right? Capable to have safety and security and strength and wisdom and well, strength. The doing, putting a roof over my head, earning the money to find stability and security, safety. And then the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, all ruled by masculine energy. And the masculine and the feminine meet in the heart center. So I feel like you have some stuck energy that might be causing some health problems or issues. And on your journey to enlightenment, journey to ascension, journey into the higher vibrational frequencies that we are now creating on Earth 5.0, you're going to need your feminine aspect. And so you're being asked to work on that. Do a little studying around the feminine archetype and the feminine chakras, starting with the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. And see if you can find a way to balance those. That's how you're going to move forward. And I do believe that Spirit might have even played around a little bit with your money and your self-worth in order to show you that there's more than one way to skin a cat, is what I'm hearing. That is not nice. I've got one spirit guide that really has a sense of humor, but there is more than one way to get it done. Okay? There's a more balanced way. And so if you've been feeling a little bit stagnant, like you're being called to move into a more creative aspect in your life, that's how you're going to free up some of the money too, I believe. Money, health, and well-being, all through balancing your masculine and feminine energies. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. And if you would like to book your own personal reading, especially now with that big blue moon, we're all jumping timelines. We're opening up new gifts and abilities. And so we're acclimating to the higher frequencies. And if you would like help with that, then feel free to reach out. And if you're not already a member of Patreon, there's so many perks to being a member of Patreon. You get entered every month into my gratitude drawing. You get $40 off of your hour pre-recorded readings. If you're at the level 1111 or 2222. So it basically pays for itself times 2, right? Times 4. It's $40. And I'm teaching classes in that also that are included with the price of your membership. So if you haven't checked it out, just click the link below and read it, see it, feel into it. If it resonates with you, then you're part of my tribe. Okay? All right. Let's move us now into pile number 2. I can't see, 109. 109. All right, let's bring you down so you don't have to look at me. Pile number 3. Let's see what Spirit's unpacking for you with this Larimar. I love Larimar. It's got such a gentle energy to it. That Atlantis Lumerian water energy. All right, we're going to get all your cards out on the table before we crack it open. See, these are wands. Now I'm getting it. I don't use this deck nearly as much as I should. Okay. So we have the King of Spring, King of Wands, Ace of Winter, Ace of Swords, 2 of Spring, 2 of Wands. And in the Fool's Journey deck, we have the Peace Fool, number 8. It says the Fool's wisdom is that peace is only a breath away. Ooh, we have Magic. surrender to divine timing. I'll read all these in just a minute. Ooh, the initiation. Yeah, baby. Casket. Something going out of your life or the end of a situation. We have reborn. Wow. Okay, so you guys are definitely going through a transformation. Death and rebirth right here. Woo! The initiation. Your keys to the universe card is key number 12, Native American. And your Lemurian oracle card, Beyond Lemuria, is the infinite. So let's read these, and then I'll sit in your energy and we'll channel a message for you. So we have King of Spring, innovative, inspiring, wise, theatrical, a financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now, an unexpected supporter of your cause. We have Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new idea that should be implemented. Then we have Two of Spring. A bright future manifested through hard work, creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams. Great progress being made. Then we have the Peaceful. Peace is only a breath away. We have Magic. We have surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So we've got peace and patient, and we've got peace here. We've got magic. We've got death and transformation. Your key card says key number 12. Says when Atlantis fell, the high priest Imhotep, 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 led his tribe to the United States to form the Native American culture. Originally, the Cherokees held the secrets of Atlantis, and now all tribes carry part of the sacred wisdom. They were shamans who moved beyond the veils, practiced soul retrieval, and created dream catchers. They honored the land and the animals and taught that we are entrusted to be the custodians of Earth. They also understood that humans, animals, sun, moon, stars, and everything are one. The guidance is surround yourself with red and brown earth colors, listen to the fast drum of the heartbeat of the land, and feel a oneness of all things. The action is to walk lightly on the earth, stroke an animal, or touch a tree with love and reverence. And the key is honor the land and all things living upon it. This one is your Lemurian, Beyond Lemuria oracle, says the infinite. As Lemurians, we're only partially incarnated. I'm sorry, let me read that. As Lemurians were only partially incarnated, their bodies were much lighter, less physically actualized, and less affected by aging. They were also aware of their infinite nature. This card of rebirth, and you've got rebirth here too. This card of rebirth can appear after challenges that have required a level of surrender from you. You have arrived at a new beginning. Revel in your newfound inner freedom. Blockages have fallen away, and there are opportunities to step into, stretch your wings, and arise like a phoenix born anew, ready for your new cycle of growth. Celebrate, honor the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your elevation process. This is beautiful, guys. We have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So right away, you guys are absolute light workers. You are born leaders. You have a newfound awareness. You have been enlightened. You have awakened. You are now facing your crossroads, facing the future with the Two of Wands. There is magic within you that you have been cultivating and awakening. With the Reborn card, it says, out of the ashes you shall rise, and the tears you once shed will pave the way for all that is light and free. And from this depth you will arrive at your ultimate truth and your ultimate joy. I'm just hearing, looks like we made it. I do believe you lost a lot. I believe you had to lose a lot to get to where you are. But you are becoming the leader that you are meant to become. And this surrender to divine timing, it's telling me that there's something that's been withheld from you. But it was withheld by Spirit for purpose. Because you weren't ready for it. You weren't at your crossroad yet. You weren't completely through with the transformation, right? But I feel like either you're already there or you're fast approaching this peaceful state of having made it. Looks like we made it. And all kinds of magic is going to start opening up for you. I'm seeing this Ace of Winter as like your magical wand, right? And you've got the King of Wands who's holding a magical wand. And then you've got the Two of Wands where you're choosing which wand you want to work with. And so I feel like you are a powerful, conscious creator, and that this awakening has tapped you into your true magic. You are one of the initiates. You are ground crew is what I'm hearing. All right. So your next part of your journey is only a breath away. I don't feel like you're quite there, but I do feel like you are so close you can smell it. And so I believe that Spirit is asking you to allow yourself this time to, I'm seeing like dot the I's, cross the T's, firm up the new energy, to get your feet beneath you. It's very similar to pile one, only a lot closer. I feel like you guys are a breath away from your brand new beginning. But I do believe that divine timing is holding you back from something while you master your newfound skills. It's like a time of really, if you went from the caterpillar to the butterfly, you don't just crawl out of your chrysalis and take off and fly a million miles away. You need to strengthen those wings. You need to acclimate. You are born to be a leader. And your awakening was to step you into that leadership role. And I do believe that you guys are going to help create something in the new Earth 5D that is more balanced and more gentle to the earth and more like, I keep hearing light body. You know how this card talked about Lumerians were only partially incarnated? You see, we're going from a carbon-based avatar to a crystalline-based, which is lighter. It's more of the light body. I have kind of rolled the age process backwards some. I mean, I'm 54 years old, and I'm not tooting my horn, but when I was in my 40s, I looked much older than I do in my 50s. And I believe it's because as we ascend into the higher frequencies, We are shedding. So, they're showing me as a visual the Egyptian god Anubis. How, the Egyptians believe you have to go into the underworld, cross the river of Styx, and then you face a judgment in front of the god Anubis. And Anubis weighs your soul against a feather. And so when we go through an ascension process, we purge our shadow. We unburden our heart and our body and our friend list. And it's like a complete detox, right? Mind, body, spirit. And when you go through that purge and that detox, that's the only way that you can pass the test of having a heart with wings and a soul as light as a feather. And so pile number 3, I feel like you are taking your last couple of steps through the rite of passage. And you are only a breath away from your new, lighter, energy and body, mind, body, and spirit. And so if you feel stagnant, like spirit's been holding you back from something, it's because, you're a bit tender. And you're meant to be a great leader, a magician. You guys are magicians. That's what I feel. Like you're going to have a lot of gifts come online. We all do, by the way, all 3 piles. It doesn't matter which pile you picked. We're all getting new gifts. And I feel like you guys are magicians, and you probably work with the earth element and the fire element. I'm hearing fire and earth could be dominant in your chart. But you are an earth angel. You are a initiate, becoming the master teacher, right? You're on that journey to the infinite, going from the finite to the infinite. And so you've been through a death and rebirth. And I think Spirit's telling you, you're this close. Looks like we made it. And so before you get your magic wand, I believe there's just a little bit farther you have to go before you make this decision, this 2 of Wands. And Spirit doesn't want you to rush. They want you to really take your time and trust the flow. Trust. When things open up for you, you're going to know it. You're going to feel it. You're going to know it. And you are going to step into this new world. You're going to cross that threshold. And so I would say meditation, because I am seeing this. Meditation is probably very, very key for you right now to getting this Ace of Swords, this clarity, this new magic. And if it's feeling like something is being held from you, embrace that. Allow for whatever Spirit has in mind for you to unfold in divine timing. And I do believe you guys are going to find that you work with the earth element, shaman, right? Crossing the veil. I've got crossing the threshold, crossing the veil, the infinite. Could you boys please go play?
Go for a snack.
Well, I'm finishing my reading.
My beer jerky kind of tastes like ours.
I knew it would.
I mean, it's okay. I'll eat it.
Sorry, guys. It's basically where we're at anyhow. I don't want to go too much further in this because you guys are facing a crossroads soon. I don't know if it's quite here yet, if it's fully manifested for you, because this divine timing, it's almost like this magical mermaid is about to hand you your magical wand. And until you have that wand in your hand, you're kind of at this crossroads, not quite ready yet to cross over the threshold. There is some magic within you that needs tapped into and practice, is what I feel, in order to move you forward. But you have completely shed an old you. And it's going to take a little time, I feel, just a little time, because you're so close, a breath away. So give yourself permission to trust your intuition to guide you. And don't try to run before you can walk. Get your legs beneath you, because you're going to be a very, very strong leader in some field that you will be divinely guided to. When you know, you'll know, is what I'm hearing. When you know, you'll know. You'll know. You'll be like, that's what I want. That's what I'm doing. Could be shamanism, could be healing, right? Reiki, soul retrieval, custodians of the earth, working with humans, animals, sun, moon, stars, everything, right? Like you guys are like the whole package deal. And so wherever you're called, if you feel called to start a study, to learn divination, to learn shamanism, to learn herbalism or healing modalities, trust the niggle is what I'm hearing. Because you guys are a breath away from this new beginning, brand new beginning. You got an ace with the 2 of wands here, ace of swords. Wait for the knowing. You'll know when it's time. And if you're feeling like you're confused, that's a sure sign that you're not quite ready. You're only a breath away, but wait for the knowing, for the clarity to come in. And that's when you're going to choose your path. You're going to know exactly which path to choose. All right. Death and rebirth, definite. You guys have gone through a huge death and rebirth process. And so this is a very, very nice place to be. You guys are going to end up being some of the leaders of this. You're a way shower, right? Earth angel. We are the ones that are going to lead others through the awakening. And so you will find your niche. And until you do, you might feel a little bit like confused or not sure of what to do with all of this newfound energy and knowledge. And Spirit is saying to allow yourself time to get the memo, okay? And your memo could come through channelings, through people like me, or channelings that you do yourself. They could come through videos, but you will get your clarity and you will know, is what I'm hearing. You will know. When the time is right, you will know. I did see that fool meditating a lot, so it could be through prayer and meditation. And, you know, the shamans used the elements for their meditation. They did things like fire walks and drum circles, and they worked with the earth element, with the elements that, and I see with you guys, it's the earth element and fire predominant. You did have the ace of swords, which is, of course, air. We work with all 4, but for you guys, I feel like you're heavy earth and heavy fire. So try new things, and when you know, you'll know. Okay? All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with me. I'm going to go. I haven't even unpacked from my trip, and my kid's hungry. I'm hungry. We've got to go to town to get some stuff. So namaste. I will talk to you soon.